Alrighty, welcome to 4-4 Team Draft. It is myself. Charles Wong is back in the mix. He's an awesome player from Seattle. Falcon Eye and, Four Beans on my team. Anton, usually my opponent, but here we are battling. And we've got quite the pack. There's Lutri, Reanimate, Oko, Wasteland, Sheldock Isle. So that's already 5 pretty strong cards. Then Mystical, Ketria, Triumph, Palantir, Inquisition, Council Judgment. So it's a good pack overall. Though, I think given the circumstances, I'm just going to take Lutri. Getting a free card at the start of every game is really strong, and Lutri can do some pretty awesome combinations. Getting passed to by Talisker and passing to Updraft Elemental. Yeah, I'll take Lutri. I think Reanimate, Oko, and Lutri are all valid picks. I wouldn't pick any of the other cards here. But I'm happy enough taking Lutri, and I probably followed up with Mystic Confluence. It's a shame to pass Caracas and Teferi. Those are both pretty good cards. Caracas Lutri is also kind of sweet. But Mystic Confluence is an awesome card. I'm glad I didn't take Reanimate. I guess you'd take Frantic Search. Oko would lead me to take Confluence just like the Lutri has. But yeah, I'll take Mystic Confluence. There is a Gristlebrand here, but there's also a Tundra. Tundra is one of the better duels just because I think Blue-White is pretty good. It's good with Lutri. And if I wheel this Eagles of the North, I can go search for it. I'm happy enough just taking Tundra here. I don't need to get greedy. So, pretty good start. A nice blue card, a Lutri, and a Tundra. Passing, Updraft probably took Oko, which might mean that Anton gets the Gristlebrand to go with Reanimate. But if Updraft did take Reanimate into Frantic Search and the Gristlebrand, that would be kind of unfortunate. But these packs have all been pretty reasonably strong, so I'm not too worried about what I've shipped so far. Oh, and I'm looking for cheap cards to copy with Lutri would be a start because cheap cards are good in Cube no matter what. So let's see how that goes. All right, and here, there's Probe and there's Subtlety, and I like both of these cards quite a bit. Subtlety Lutri is actually a nice combo. You put Lutri in your hand, then you pitch it to Subtlety, like Kahira, Solitude, and Modern. It's actually pretty legit to be able to negate the drawback a bit. That said, Probe is pretty nice with Lutri too, and just a really good card. I kind of want that, but no, Subtlety, in the blue control decks, I really like Subtlety. It's just like a Force of Will. So, fourth pick Mana Drain? We are in the right spot for sure. Oh, you gotta love that. All right, that's a great reward. With Blue-Eyed Cheons, here we come. Mana Drain over Volcanic, Thalia, Space Marine Devastators, 4 mana 3/3 Reclamation Sage, destroys an artifact or enchantment, and you can, as squad too, you can pay 2 when you cast it any number of times to get that many copies. So pretty strong. Okay, so this pack has some interesting ones. There's Aragorn, which is a pretty good card just in general, and I'm really mono blue, but obviously I have a Tundra, so it's kind of like blue-white. There's Timeless Dragon, which could go get the Tundra. There's Zoanthrope. This is a Warhammer card. Blue-red X for an XX flying ward 2, and it deals X damage to any target when you play it, and if X is 5 or more, you draw a card. Kind of nice with Mana Drain. I'm kind of thinking Zoanthrope actually looks kind of nice here. 4 mana 2/2 flying kills one of their things, or like 5 mana 3/3, and then if at 7 mana, it's awesome. I like that. I don't think Timeless Dragon's a big card to give up. Don't think this is an upheaval deck. It's always a Prismatic Vista deck. Sorry, Stern Scolding. Sorry, Wandering Emperor. Prismatic Vista is kind of the nuts. Just a land that fixes any color is really, really good. And I think right now we've got an excellent start to a blue, maybe blue-red or blue-red-white control deck. We'll see what other cards come our way. But, we've got Mystic Confluence, Mana Drain, and Subtlety. So 3 really good counterspells already. That's just a great start. Lutri is some good card advantage, and Zoanthrope, kind of a finisher/card advantage card. I like it because for 3 or 4 mana, it can ping one of their small creatures and put a card into play, and then at like 7+ mana, it's like a legit finisher, so it's a nice combination to have. This is the kind of deck where Uro's good, but I'm probably just going to take Spire Bluff. I don't think I'm that close to wanting Uro, and I don't care about the rest of these cards in the slightest, so Spire Bluff Canal, so got some good fixing as well, like the mana looks really good here. All right, so here we had Council's Judgment, Palantir, and I guess Ketria Triumph all wheeled, but this is looking like a decent Palantir deck. Casting Palantir and then casting Subtlety on their next play is a pretty sick play. I feel like I'm taking a double white card. It's fine to take a double white card if I really wanted to, but I think Palantir is also just really good, so I'll just take the colorless card. Also, it's much better to pass a double white card instead of passing a colorless card. So I'll take Palantir and kind of settle into blue X control, not committing to something like Council's Judgment, which I'm not even clear is better for me. So overall, I think Palantir is the pick. Ketria Triumph is not super appealing to me either. Though here now, I'm probably just going to take Skyclave. As much as I just said I didn't want a double white card, there's no blue cards in this pack. And I like Skyclave a lot more than Touch the Spirit Realm. So Skyclave it is. Though Touch the Spirit Realm subtlety is kind of cool. You don't really save that much mana, so it's not really great. But this looks pretty good to me. Ooh, the Eagles did wheel, and I will happily take them. This is the kind of deck where you want Eagles of the North. I like Coveted Jewel and Thran Spider and Pirate Spellbomb, but you know what? The artifact deck, not for me right now. How much green have I passed? Do I want to not pass Ramanop for some reason? I did pass a Wasteland, I guess. I'm just looking because, like, Selfless Spirit and Grim are both decent. I'll take Grim. Grim, I think, is a good sideboard card. And here, same with Tithe Taker. I'm not really going to play Thalia myself. Oh, free Timeless Dragon, too. Nice. All right, well, and Curse Scrolls also. These are all decent sideboard cards. So a lot of blue cards in the first half, a lot of white cards in the second. Overall, feeling pretty good about this start. This is just a really good blue-white control start. Wouldn't mind an Ancestral Recall to go with my Lutri here, but no, didn't quite get there. So what did we hit? Well, there's an Underworld Breach, but you know what? I've drafted combo a few times recently, and I don't think I'm supposed to move into it. I don't have the setup for it. There's Force of Negation, No More Lies, Polluted Delta, and Preordain, and they're all just fantastic cards. I'm just going to take Preordain. I think Preordain is just so good to have. And I already have Subtlety, which I get doesn't count to the same things as Force, but does somewhat similar. I'm hoping to wheel No More Lies. I think that's actually plausible because Breach, Bone Crusher, Breeding Pool, Delta, Force, those are all going to get taken. Maybe Kappa Cannoneer. So I just need someone to want one of those other cards over No More Lies. And I think Preordain is still going to be the pick here for me. I do like a Preordain. Now there's a Fast Bond right after passing. I passed Ramen up that direction and then got past Fast Bond. So that's a little bit of info. And also that's a Remand. That's a great card. I'm going to take it. Pretty easy Remand here out of that pack. So looking pretty good and not feeling like Force Negation was a necessity, and Preordain just makes everything go so much more smoothly. So it's a really awesome card to have. If Flame Slash somehow came back, I'd be happy. Or Thraben Inspector, I would play either of those. But we'll see. And here we've got Misty Rainforest and Triumph of St. Catherine's, a new Warhammer card. 5 mana, 5/5 lifelink with Miracle, but also when it dies, it goes into the top 6 cards of your deck and you get to Miracle it again. That said, I'm just going to take Misty Rainforest and fetch lands, and that's exactly about where I'm pretty happy. Like 3rd through 5th pick, picking up fetch lands is excellent. After that, it's just a gift, and before that, I'll do it. You've seen me do it plenty of times. It's just not the ideal scenario. Misty also already gets Tundra, so looking really good. This one Tundra is actually like kind of load-bearing. It can get fetched by Eagles or Timeless Dragon or Misty, so I have like a million ways to get the one Tundra. Oh, Lion's Eye after passing Breach. All right, well, I'm going to take Fracture Identity. This is the perfect Fracture Identity deck. That's exactly what this deck wants. So it goes. And here, there's a tapped blue-red land, which I'm not super enthused about. I have one red card, and I already have a Prismatic Vista and a Spire Bluff. Cathar Commando is probably the pick. This card's just a good interactive card. It's got flash, so it plays well with counters. You can attack them or Planeswalkers pretty nicely, and it can blow up artifacts or enchantments. I think I like it more than March of Otherworldly Light. I think Cathar Commando is just a pretty solid card. Okay, so here there's Thopter Foundry, Adonto Vanguard. I don't really want those. Prismatic Ending or Starnheim Unleashed. Those are more what I'm looking for. I feel like I don't need Starnheim Unleashed. I have Mystic Confluence. I have Fracture Identity, Zoanthrope. I have some good expensive cards. And Prismatic Ending is a really excellent early play to make. So, yeah, I like Prismatic Ending well enough. Oh, and I love Path to Exile, so I'm slamming that over Triplicate Titan Metamorph. Yeah, none of those cards are very close. All right, we're just straight up blue-white control. We've got Remand, Mana Drain, Mystic Confluences counters, Subtlety also, so like 4 counters. We have Path, Prismatic Ending, Skyclave Apparition, and Fractured Identity as like white exile removal, actually. It's like, oh, it's 4 different ways. And then like Zoanthrope as an additional removal spell. Palantir draws me extra cards. And then Timeless Dragon, Eagles of the North are pretty good little like land cycling / value cards, with Cathar Commando hanging out too. And Lutri kind of bringing it all together. So I like the way this is looking. The colors seem open. The deck seems open. I have a lot of what I'm looking for. In here, I'm going to pass a Hex Drinker, and I'll be sad. I do like that card. Not an Ephemerate deck. So it's like Rafine's Tower as a tapped blue-white-black land. I'm not going to take Rafine. If the Rafine and the Tower were a package deal, then I'd be maybe interested in playing Rafine. But otherwise, I'll splash the Zoanthrope and maybe another burn spell and be happy. The question is, would I rather just have a Kitesail Larcenist? Kitesail Larcenist is pretty good. Looks like a pretty decent Larcenist deck too. Yeah, I'll go Larcenist. I don't think I need a tapped blue-white duel that badly. Oh, No More Lies Wheeled. Chef's Kiss, the perfect card for this deck. I kind of like gold cards being like that, where it's just a really good reward for being in those 2 colors. Whereas like Oko is powerful enough and splashable enough that you'll splash it. No More Lies isn't really a splashable card, but it's really good if you're blue-white, so I'll take that. Oh, Thraben Inspector came back. Happy to take that. And had I taken the Rafine's Tower, I guess I could consider Vindicate. Oh, Triumph of St. Catherine came back. I'm actually interested in that as well. All right, feeling pretty good. Now I kind of wish I took the Rafine's Tower over Kitesail Larcenist, because I just picked up a bunch of good playables late. I'll take an Inspiring Vantage. I'm not playing Steel Seraph, I don't think. Yeah, I would now trade this for a land, even a tapped blue-white land, just because I just got a bunch of other playables. I'll pass 2 artifacts. Oh man, I just passed the Kappa Cannoneer. I'll pass the artifacts, because there are some decks where I would actually consider siding in Armageddon. So, and Talisker doesn't draft artifacts all that often. Obviously, it's within his range, but I'm not too concerned about it. All right, Starnheim Unleashed came back. I'm interested in that, sure. I don't really want Galadriel's Dismissal. Okay, well, I guess Lutri's not a card that's actually going to be in my deck. Still waiting on that Ancestral Recall. Though, you know, I think Lutri Timeout would also be pretty good, so I suppose if I were given the option of that, I wouldn't turn it down. Let's see if we can get... A Mox would also be really nice. This deck is a little bit on the slow side, though. The 2-mana, having 3 2-mana counters plus a Subtlety and a Path to Exile and Prismatic Ending, that helps make up for that, but I'm just thinking about the games where I'm on the draw. No good. So there's Hallowed Fountain, which is obviously awesome here. Jace, which is just okay. I don't have that many like proactive cards to Jace out. I guess Fracture Identity, it's actually fine with Mystic Confluence, and then Preordain, Path, and Prismatic Ending. So Jace would be okay. There's also Feywild Caretaker. That card is very good. And I'm not going to take Flicker Whisper, Bankbuster. I love Currency Converter, you know it, but I don't think I'm supposed to, though. It's pretty good with Eagles and Timeless Dragon. I mean, Feywild Caretaker is just the best card. Yeah, I'll take the Caretaker. If I get lucky, the Hallowed Fountain could come back. Yeesh, this pack's rough. There's no good cards here. I guess I'll take Vendilion Click. It's a good Vendilion Click deck, I suppose. But that's just a really weak pack. There's also a Leyline Binding, but I'm not really in a position to take that. So right now, I'm at 19 lands. I guess if you count Eagles, 20. So I have room for a couple more playables, but I was really hoping to start out a little bit better than Caretaker into Vendilion Click. That's just a really bad start. So let's see how things go. I would be so happy if Hallowed Fountain wheeled, though I don't think that's too likely. I mean, I'm not really missing anything per se. Obviously, something kind of powerful would have been nice to pick up. And then here, I mean, I'll just take Broadside Bombardiers. I was looking at Meticulous Archive. I do want another blue-white land if I can get it. But Bombardiers is actually just a fantastic card, and I'll splash it. I've got enough creatures to throw at them that, oh man, throwing a Triumph of St. Catherine at them? Yeah, that works for me. Plus, this way I'm not passing the Bombardiers, which I don't want to do either. Dismember versus Luminarch Aspirant versus Arcane Denial. It's not Arcane Denial. I have enough counters. I'm thinking it's probably... Oh, there's also Spar's Headquarters. I think it's probably just Dismember. This is a pretty good Dismember deck. And I would like Luminarch, but I think Dismember also... Just keeping in mind that I'd much rather pass a white card than a colorless card. So I think it's Dismember by a fair amount. I'm going to take the Stormheim Unleashed out. I don't think I'm going to run that one. I think it's worse than Triumph or Feywild or Zoanthrope. But I don't want another expensive card. And here we have... Containment Priest is just like kind of a main deck, hate card. A Winds of Abandon, I don't really want that too much. Sarah Paragon, I have 2 fetches. I have kind of a lot of dorks to bring back. I do like Sarah Paragon in general. And then maybe, Bobble's not going to come back. But I'll take the Sarah Paragon anyway. I think Sarah Paragon is strong. Oh, wow. Daze versus Oust versus Loran. I think given that I just took Dismember, I have Dismember Path Ending. I don't think I need the Oust too badly. There's also Gemstone Caverns. But I think Daze is just an awesome card. And this deck actually looks like it's pretty well suited for Daze. Daze for Daze. So I'll take that. And I get 2 more new packs. Currently, I'm at 16 land plus Eagles and Timeless Dragon, which is okay. This pack's a brick, but I could take Savai Triumph because that means my land cyclers get red mana and I have 2 red cards. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I don't mind that at all. Maybe I should put Tithe Taker in my deck. It's really good with Broadside Bombardiers. Oh, wow. That's a late Brainstorm. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Brainstorm is fantastic. And I have 2 fetch lands. Also, it's also good with Palantir. If you Brainstorm and then put 2 cards back on Palantir, leave 1 on top, put 1 on the bottom, is your opponent really going to let you nugget? Oh, and it's good with Triumph of St. Catherine. Yeah. Awesome Brainstorm deck. Okay, so now I need to cut a card probably. My Hallowed Fountain didn't come back. Reckoner Bankbuster did, though. There's also Flicker Wisp, but this isn't a specifically good Flicker Wisp deck. Not a whole lot I want to flicker. I guess it's good to flicker to Caretaker, Thraben Inspector, somewhat these. I'm just thinking, will I play Bankbuster or will I sideboard Bankbuster? I kind of don't feel like Flicker Wisp is where I want to be. I think there's matchups where Bankbuster would be really good. I'm not that aggressive. And I'm already cutting a card, and I'm not sure what it is, so let's see. Could it be Timeless Dragon? That doesn't sound right. I don't think I want to cut Zoanthrope because I have Bombardiers that I already want to play. Sarah Paragon looks like it's going to be solid in this deck with 2 fetches and a bunch of decent 3s. It could be Kitesail Larcenist or Vendilion Click. Those are both pretty legit options. And here, the thing is with like Channel and Eldrazi, if like those wheel, it means no one wanted them the first time. I don't know what's the best card to hate. There's also Arwen, which is a solid card. I guess I have a Misty. There's matchups where I would consider splashing Arwen against like a really aggressive deck. I guess I'll take that. I don't know. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be hitting. Oh, I'm going to take Meticulous Archive. Look, I like Hero Bladehold and all that, but a second blue-white land was actually really nice because I have so many effects that search for it. And I'll take a Name Sticker Goblin here. It's the best card. I don't care about passing a Seed of the Synod because Updraft passed like that late Candelabra and Mystic Forge, so they're not playing artifacts, and there's 2 good green cards. So yeah, easily take that. Oh, Bobble did come back. Okay, that card shouldn't go that late, but I'll take it because it's good with Sarah Paragon, and it's pretty good with Broadside Bombardiers. And I guess I'm rather hate Rafellos. And sure, last pick Rex Sage. All right, well, this is a pretty good deck. I got a couple cuts to make, but I like what I'm looking at. All right, so this is currently 14 lands. Well, clearly I'm going to play a few more than that. I've got... It's really, well, I guess it's 15 lands. I can play 1 mountain. 1 mountain gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red sources for Bombardiers and Zoanthrope. Yeah, that is fine. Well, 6 actually if you count Timeless Dragon, which I'm not counting as a land because it's a little more expensive. And then I want to play like 16 land. Is that right? 16 plus Eagles is 17. It's like 17 and a half land with Timeless Dragon. And then I have Brainstorm and Preordain and Bauble. So that means I need to cut 2 cards. Let's see, with 4 planes, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 white. It's fantastic. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue. And not counting Timeless in either of those. Yeah, that's all good. Do I want to cut one of my expensive cards? Maybe Triumph, maybe Zoanthrope. I think Triumph with Brainstorm or Preordain, like if I Preordain on turn 2 and see that there's Triumph in another card, I can stack it. So I draw the other card, pass, and then on my next turn, Miracle the Triumph. And then Broadside Bombardier sacking Triumph also seems pretty nice. And then Brainstorm, of course, sets it up. So yeah, that all seems fine. I'm not cutting any of the counter spells. I'm not here to cut counter spells. I could cut a Vendilion Click. That's cuttable. It's a good card, but I think the Bobble's good because getting to go turn 4 Paragon, replay Bobble, it's like 4 mana, 3/4 that drew a card. And if they kill it, you're still just up that card and 2 life even. That's just a good, clean fun. Plus, Bombardier's Bobble is actually not weak. Imagine they play a Noble Hierarch and you're just like, turn 3 Bombardiers, play Bobble, attack, throw the Bobble at your Hierarch, boom. The last cut is like, I don't think it's Timeless Dragon. I don't think it's Prismatic Ending that I can cast for up to 4, actually. I have a Savai Triumph. It's nice. It's definitely not Dismember. I guess it's probably Kitesail Larcenist or Zoanthrope. I kind of feel like Zoanthrope is going to do some good work here, so I guess I'll cut Larcenist. This deck looks gassy. I'm excited to play this deck. All right, let's see what my team's up to, and yeah, I like how this looks. All right, well, Falcon Eye's got a pretty nice deck here. He opened Time Walk, Mox Emerald, Mox Pearl, so our team got 2 of those. He's a blue-white-red deck with 4th Eorlingus, Time Walk, Lelia, Othari, Parallax Wave, Palace Jailer, Caves of Chaos Adventure. Yeah, this deck is nice. Also good mana. 4 duels, and a Flooded Strand. Charles has a Lotus Pearl deck with like Teferi, Comet, Solitude, Mind Twist, a bunch of Talismans, a bunch of Mana Dorks, Thoughtseize. And I'm not sure what a whole 4 Bean is up to, but we'll find out at some point. Well, I've got my match against Dan. This deck's a beauty. Charles is great, though. I'm sure he'll figure out something to do with it. I would like to Lutri it up, and I'm on the draw here, but this hand is totally fine. Obviously, being on the draw and not having a play until turn 2 can sometimes be dicey, but this hand has turn 1 Meticulous Archive, turn 2 Cathar Commando, turn 3 Bombardiers, into turn 4 Subtlety, and if I draw a blue card, then I can also pitch cast Subtlety, not that I'm hoping to do that. Dan is mulliganing here. And what are my best draws? Daze is kind of nice, but it's so much better on the play. Any of my other, honestly, any of my 2-mana counters up to and including Daze would be great because I go Archive into land, go. And then I leave up either Cathar Commando or a 2-mana counter. Oh, getting Duressed or something? Inquisition, sure. That's not too bad. Oh, Dan mulled a 5? All right, well, I'm totally fine trading one of my cards for one of his cards here. Let's draw. Oh, Brainstorm's nice, but I'm still going to play the Archive first. And Plains? Nah, don't need that. All right, pass the turn. I get to Subtlety if I have to, but it would take something pretty crazy for me to want to do that. Like land Dark Ritual Shieldred, sure, then I would do it. Okay, no plays. I am just going to play my island because I'll leave up Mana Drain. Wow. That was a nice sequence of draws. And then Dan's going to play something big and I'm going to Mana Drain it. You love to see that. Oh, yeah, no. I'm not in for that. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and Mana Drain Undermountain Adventure. Scrylands are good. Draw. I have 4 mana floating. Let's kick things off with a Brainstorm and see what we can spend our mana on. Not ideal. I can put Lutri into hand, which is nice. I have Urza's Bauble. I think I can just put back 2 lands here. Because I'm playing a land this turn. Let's Bauble you and see what I see. Xander's Lounge, sure. Prismatic Vista. I'm going to crack it. Do I want to get my mountain? I don't really have too much double white. Yeah, let's just get the mountain. That's fine. I still have a red card left in my deck. And then I guess I'll take the gamble. No, I'll just put Lutri in a hand, and then I don't need to do anything else this turn. Then I'll pass. And then I have Remand up, and then after that I can cast Cathar Commando if I don't have to Remand anything. Otherwise, I'll just leave up Remand, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Upkeep, or what are we doing on upkeep? In response to the bobble trigger, we're casting Sail into the West? No. In response to bobble trigger? That's really the wrong time to cast that. Like, if you do that, then I get to draw the bobble card after discarding my hand. Okay, well, Xander's Lounge is really awkward with City of Traders. Sail into the West is kind of annoying here because Dan must have drawn a land because it's going to be pretty good. Oh, Daze. Oh, Daze here is going to be disgusting. Let's preordain, put Path on the bottom. We'll keep an island because I do want to hit land drops now and pass the turn. Oh, man. Daze, because he had to play Xander's Lounge because he had drawn a land, and now he's going to at some point cast Sail into the West. Let's cast the Cathar Commando. I'm happy enough dazing if Dan wants to cast Sail into the West now. And if he waits and I play land number 5, then I'll have Mystic Confluence up, and I will do that, potentially. That's not ideal. I guess I'll just cast Daze by spending 2 mana. So it kind of worked out to put both lands back in the sense that I found this Daze and I didn't have to put back one of these cards. But at this point, I do wish I had a land to play. I guess I'll just pass. I'm just going to cast it here. Okay, I'm just going to cast it by spending 2 mana. Hopefully his last card's not an Elvish Spirit Guide. All right. Well, he has to play something pretty good to get past my wall of counters here. Yeah, Jace is not going to do it. And land, no cards in hand. All right, let's just dismember the Jace. And then if I draw a land, I have Mystic Confluence up. If I don't, well, the worst of all worlds. We're still fine. I have Subtlety up. So he has to play a spell here, and it has to be one that's good enough, like a Mind Twist or something. And even then, I just get to play Lutri. In fact, I am just going to cast Lutri here. And then now the game's locked up. I've got Mystic Confluence, Subtlety, No More Lies. I kind of have it all. And because of the Lutri and the Cathar Commando, this is going to be lethal pretty quickly. In fact, I'm probably just going to drop an end of turn Subtlety. I don't see a big reason not to. Yeah. All right, so sideboarding against like Sultai good stuff, kind of. Makes me want Vendilion Click a little more. Vendilion Click's also good against Undermountain Adventure, just like as a way to fight for initiative. And Cathar Commando looked a little bit weaker there, so I think I'll try that. And we'll see how this goes. All right, time for game 2. I would again like to present Lutri as a companion. And I'm not going to keep this. One thing that does scare me about this matchup is Library of Alexandria. That card is quite good against my control deck here. Sure, I'll keep this, and I think I just put Bobble back. I kind of like all the other cards. Prismatic Ending, you could argue, but like I kind of feel like Dan's going to have Mana Dorks or something. Oh, putting the Bobble back. Disastrous. Disastrous after drawing Sarah Paragon here. Okay, but we'll see. I kind of just like keeping counterspell removal into a 5 mana play. Oath of Druids. Okay, that's actually like pretty good for me because I don't have to play a creature yet and it doesn't really do anything. Also, I have 3 ways in my hand to kill. Well, I guess Fractured Identity doesn't really kill it. 2 ways in my hand to kill it. Let's just hit land drops here. I don't really need to do anything. If we're both just doing nothing, I think that's fine. Like I could Prismatic Ending it at some point here. The Oath, that is. I could also have kept the card on top. It kind of depends on whether Dan makes me use No More Lies or not. Okay, so nothing yet. Oh, and I'm hitting a land, and this can be a Meticulous Archive. All right, I'll just pass then. I could Prismatic Ending the Oath for 2 and then cast and have No More Lies up, but like not really doing much for me. Nissa. No, I'm not in for that. That I'm not interested in. If Dan has a counter here, then so be it. I could also have Fracture Identity the Nissa, but I feel like I'll get good value off Fracture at some point. Oh. Yeah, I'll put this on top. Draw, and I think I'm just going to pass. And I think I'm going to draw step click here. And then next turn, I have got multiple answers to Oath, so I can put a V-click into play here. What you got? Woodfall Primus, Echo of Cheons, and From the Catacombs, huh? Okay. Dan's deck looks interesting. I guess I'll take Echo of Cheons. I don't really want him casting that this turn. He's got no targets for From the Catacombs. And he's pretty far from casting Woodfall Primus. Oh, is this Inquisition? Well, I have two answers to Oath in hand, so an Inquisition isn't going to do too much. You do Dark Ritual to cast Woodfall Primus? Okay, that's a thing, I suppose. I just need to draw a land and I can Fracture Identity it. Yeah, this is actually going to be totally fine. Yeah, sure. Okay, so let's draw a land here. Wow, that's like so far away from a land. Let's play Skyclave. Get that Oath. Because at some point I'm going to want to Oath here. Well, there's still nothing to play with From the Catacombs. So Dan has Forest, Catacombs, and a card he just drew. Any land is just awesome. And it's not even like he's winning the race here. Oh man, if I Fracture Identity the Woodfall Primus and then Broadside Bombardiers, that's going to be awesome. It's a little annoying that I can't play a thing this turn, but we're still doing just fine. Let's go Sarah Paragon here and play Inspiring Vantage. And actually, I'm not even going to cast the Fracture Identity. I think I'm just going to, unless Dan draws something relevant this turn, I'm just going to win by casting Bombardiers and attacking. I got a 7 here. City of Traders. Oh man, what did you draw? 6, 7, 8. Archon? Okay. I guess I'll sack Vendilion Click, discard Prismatic Ending. And he drew Inquisition. Okay. Well, it's got From the Catacombs in the graveyard. Well, I mean, it's just pretty clear. I just Fracture Identity the Archon here. Discard From the Catacombs. Actually can't even cast From the Catacombs with from the graveyard here because he doesn't have any lands. Or it doesn't have enough cards in the graveyard. He does get to Woodfall Primus. Oh, Broadside Bombardiers is actually a bit of a problem. Dan's supposed to destroy his own... No, I guess destroying his own land's not going to do it either. No, I'm actually going to lose here to this combination of cards. Really unbelievable, but if he hadn't drawn Inquisition off the thing, then it actually would have worked. I would have been fine, but yeah, I don't really have a way to stop that, right? Daze doesn't do it. If I had one more mana, Path would do it. Because he gets to attack and throw the Bombardiers. All right. I don't think there's anything I could draw here. I guess I'll pass the turn. Yeah, no, I am dead. Wow. Didn't think I was going to lose that game, but managed to do so. All right. On to game 3. The matchup seems fine to me. I'm kind of thinking of Armageddon here, though. Prismatic Ending looked kind of bad. I kind of like Geddon on the play. It feels like there's a lot I can do. And then Dismember, Path still is definitely good. All the counters are good. Skyclave to kill Oath I think is actually fine. Kills Mountain Adventure too. Zoanthrope seems kind of bad. I think Cathar Commando looks a lot better because it also hits the Oath. And then I could consider Bankbuster over Triumph of St. Catherine, yeah. Okay. Well, I like the matchup. Let's get to game 3, see how this goes. I had a lot of turns where an untapped land would have been good enough, so let's see if we can avoid that. Hopefully I don't get libraried out. That's my main fear. Yeah, this hand actually seems fine. What am I doing with this hand? I guess I'm going turn 1 cycle for Tundra, I would imagine. And turn 2 cycle again, maybe for like Savai Triome, and then playing turn 3 Palantir, turn 4 Dragon, turn 5 Geddon. Something along those lines, maybe? All right, let's go Plains Go. Danimal to 6 here, which means that I'm not going to get libraried out, at least not immediately, though Eternal Library is still pretty good. Okay, am I getting Inquisitioned? It's kind of what it feels like. It's the only 1-drop we've seen. I don't mind too much. I would like to keep this Palantir, of course, but the main drawback to Inquisition for me is that Dan sees Armageddon in hand, and that's kind of a rough card to show your opponent. Like, it really changes how people play. Oh, he's just gonna main phase get a Mortuary, sure. I mean, if you're worried about like Tail's End, it's reasonable. Milled from the Catacombs. Yeah, as usual. All right, let's go ahead and draw. Yeah, that's one of the weaker cards I could have drawn. I really want to find a counterspell. His deck's pretty soft to those. Let's hopefully dodge one more turn of getting Inquisitioned, but I'm not feeling super optimistic about that. So with this Timeless Dragon, do I get Meticulous Archive or do I get a Savai Triome? I don't think I get a basic Plains. Though, it's possible I want one. I guess it'll depend on what happens here. Oh, Dark Ritual. Oh, if this is a turn 2 Undermountain Adventure, I guess the Dismember isn't so bad then. I mean, we'll see what it is, I guess. Skyclave Apparition. Oh, Sinkhole? Okay. I guess I'll get Meticulous Archive then. Dark Ritual Sinkhole's fine. What's the second plan? Oath? Oh, Fast Bond with 3 cards in hand? Why did we Dark Ritual and do that? It's a little odd. I am worried now about from the Catacombs. I guess he's a little bit short of flashing it back, both in terms of mana and cards in graveyard, but that was just a really bizarre play, but okay. All right, Meticulous Archive. Wouldn't mind a land here. Yeah, Island seems fine. Pass the turn. Land, sure. Land, okay. He's got 5 mana. Undermountain Adventure, okay. I actually don't want to Dismember here because I want to cast Skyclave Apparition anyway, and I really don't want to A, put a card in his graveyard for From the Catacombs, or B, put an Undermountain Adventure in his graveyard. And then, yeah, so let's just go Island, Skyclave your thing. I mean, this is going to end up being a pretty close game here. Gets to Scry 2. It's like, what do you play this turn, I guess, is the big question. If I can next turn go Dismember plus Palantir, because he went to the Lost Well, so now if he's able to, from the Catacombs, which a fetch land does it, because it puts City of Traders in the graveyard and the fetch in the graveyard. Okay, an island, just a land doesn't do it. Oh, does he have like a draw 7 now? Yep, he's got Echo of Eons. Okay. Well, let's hope he doesn't have a bunch more plays here. Yeah, this has been a kind of frustrating match because I feel like my deck's very good against Dan's, and the things that had to happen to lose game 2 are pretty wild. And then this game, the Sinkhole play was just utterly bizarre. So, yeah. But, you know, if I untap and find something, I guess I could be good. Knight's Whisper. Okay. Wait, we played the City of Traders first. Yeah, you're making some plays here. I don't like what's happening here because it feels like he's going to make another big play. Well, what is this? A Crucible of Worlds. Okay. It's got Fastbond Crucible, I guess. That's fine. Why did we replay the City of Traders to take a damage there? All right, well, I don't love my position because I still don't have a way to counter anything. Let's just attack first, take the initiative, and I guess I'm going to have to preordain. Let's just get a mountain, sure. Yeah, I'm going to preordain because I really would like to find something. Oh. Mystic Confluence is pretty good. I'm worried about a Woodfall Primus. I'm going to top both, play my island, cast Palantir, and then leave bottom, leave Misty Confluence on top. And then I guess I'll have to discard, and I'll discard a Plains here. I don't know. Seems like the best I can do. If he has Echo of Eons, if he's going to flashback Echo of Eons, like what can I do about that? I can't really stop that. I feel like I'm going to lose now, but I don't really have a Necromancy. What's going on here? In response, sail into the west. Sure. Okay. I guess I will discard my hand. My hand is pretty bad. I feel like I could do a little bit better. Yeah, he had Woodfall Primus. Okay, Woodfall Primus comes in. And what are we doing with that Woodfall Primus? I guess blowing up the Palantir and one of my lands. Yeah, I don't love that. I mean, it's better than any of the cards I discarded. Palantir's down. Woodfall Primus is going to come back end of turn. If I'm lucky, I'll get to daze something, though I don't think that's super likely. The Geddon's not looking fantastic here, I'll tell you that much. Oh, though if Dan takes 2 damage, I might be able to steal a game with the initiative, though I guess the Woodfall Primus is going to attack me is kind of the problem. Oh, keeping the Dismember would have actually worked out pretty nicely. Okay, Dark Ritual. Into Nissa. Sure, I can't daze that for any profit. Yeah, I'm going to lose now. I guess the Dismember wouldn't have really done much. Whew. The things that had to happen, you know? But so it goes. So it goes. What do I want to do here? I mean, I guess I'll just see how this goes. I guess I shouldn't literally auto-yield because I do have a daze in hand. All right. Initiative has been taken. He gets a treasure. And then can even cast something, though there are some things I could daze here. But I am going to lose a land end of turn. You got to remember that too. And he still has an Echo of Eons if he wants to flash it back, though obviously that's not like that great. Oh, we're going to Bone Splinters. All right. I'm dead. There's no real way for me to come back here. All right, on to round 2. Alrighty, I would like to play first. I'd like to reveal Lutri, and pretty solid hand. I will go ahead and keep this. And I'm going to start by bobbling before deciding what to do. I think that's going to be the play here. All right, Taiga. And let's go Savai Triumph. I feel like getting an extra card's worth of info, seeing what my opponent does here, could change my preordained decisions. I guess I'm going to dismember that kind of no matter what. Yeah, let's just get a Tundra here. And then cast Preordain. Look for a little action. Oh, Broadside Bombardiers. Yeah, I'll keep that. And then I'll dismember the Delighted Halfling. And then next turn I can Skyclave if I want. If there's something to hit. I could also put Lutri into hand. Bombardiers tossing Lutri is kind of nice. Nature's Lore. Can't Skyclave that. And do I want to just play the Bombardiers? Yeah, probably. I don't really have anything better to do, so might as well attack. I don't think putting Lutri in the hand is super productive. I preordained into one spell, but Bauble and all my draw steps have been all lands, so we're kind of getting at the risk of flooding here. Let's see. Oko, Thief of Crowns. Okay. You're going to make my Bombardier into an elk? I actually wouldn't mind that. It's not like my Bombardier is that fantastic. I don't have anything to throw. Ooh. I would have had something to throw. Yeah, let's just attack my opponent here. Attack Paul, not Cheon. Because I'm just going to Skyclave the Oko. And then play a Thraben. Thraben's a nice draw. It's always a nice draw. So I have not added Novice Inspector to the cube, and I'm not 100% sure about that decision. I'm kind of curious what people in the comments think, if you have an opinion, just because it's exactly a clone of Thraben Inspector. And power level wise, like I've mentioned before, it's definitely good enough to be a cube card. But is it weird? Like, I don't find Lightning Bolt and Chain Lightning to be weird, but Novice Inspector, Thraben Inspector is kind of weird. Like, I've got Armageddon in the cube, but I don't have Ravages of War. Also, I didn't really want two of that effect in, but I don't know. This card plays pretty well. It's a good card. Not 100% sure. No real strong opinions. Oh, No More Lies is a fantastic draw. I guess we're getting close to where it can't be good enough, but I still like it as a draw. And I think I'm just going to put Lutri into my hand now and leave up Kraken Clue / No More Lies. Oh, what do we got here? Leyline Binding. Yeah, sure. I don't care about that. I'm not interested in countering that to save my 3/3 here. Let's put Lutri into hand and ship the turn. Have No More Lies up. And let's see if it works. I can counter this, so it will. No More Lies, Ulvenwald Oddity. None. And now if I find something to Lutri, that's a big game. 2 cards versus 2 cards here. All right, let's crack this clue. Action? No, not so much. All right, take 1. I guess, oh, bolt that? Sure. I guess I'll just play Lutri. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I need to draw a spell here. Oh, man. All right, well, now I have to play Lutri because I can't just take 7. Okay, can I get like a Timeless Dragon or Mystic Confluence? If I draw Fracture Identity, I can copy the ley line, kill the Axebane Ferox, get my Bombardiers back. Oh, yeah, sure, I'll play the... I mean, this is great. Triumph of St. Catherine against a red-green deck. This looks awesome. All right, 5/5 lifelink, go. I'll block your Axebane Ferox. Got to save your leyline binding, I guess. Okay, they're going to crack a star. That's fine with me. I will certainly block. I guess Paul should just not attack here because blocking gives me 1 out of 6 chance to draw Triumph on my turn. You want to kind of wait as long as possible for that. Of course, if I draw Fractured, oh, Timeless Dragon? Yeah, that's great. I'm just going to cast it. I don't need another land. That way I cast it, and if it dies, I cast it again. You kind of have to block here. I mean, you can't race this thing unless you think you have exile stuff. All right, that works for me. Okay, and let's go. Let's cast the dragon. I mean, to be honest, this is like the least scary of my 5 mana cards, but it's still probably good enough. Like, Fracture Identity and Mystic Confluence are both better, but I suspect Timeless Dragon and Triumph are going to be good enough to win here, barring like a really big play. Now I'm just going to take it if the Axebane Ferox attacks me. All right, let's send with these and get the Triumph of St. Catherine back in the deck. Okay, and play a land and pass the turn. And it's possible this Timeless Dragon just is going to end the game. There's not that many cards a red-green deck can have that would stop it. Waterlogged Grove is the start, and nope. All right, up a game here against red-green. Makes me want Starnheim Unleashed and maybe Kitesail Larcenist. What do I not want? Cathar Commando. Oh, no, this kills Leyline Binding. That's probably good enough. I definitely want Dismember and Skyclave and all those cards. I want all my expensive cards. Is Prismatic Ending good? Kills a Mana Dork, but it doesn't kill Sylvan Caryatid. Kills Oko. Yeah, gotta have to keep that. Maybe Days on the draw. I could actually see that not being good enough. And maybe the Larcenist isn't quite there. I'll just put in the Starnheim and see how that goes. All right, game 2. Reveal some Lucharinos. Ooh, this is nice. Turn 1, fetch Tundra off Misty, cast Preordain. Turn 2, foretell Starnheim Unleashed. I might have to kill a Delighted Halfling, though, on turn 1. Oh. This could be scary. What's going on here? Territorial Kavu. Oh, Wasteland would be so sick. Yeah, I don't need to cast Preordain here. I'm just going to dismember this Kavu. I'm going to have to do it at some point, so no reason to let my opponent loot here. Okay, turn 2 Oko. I have Skyclave for that at least. Turn 2 Oko is pretty good. Fracture Identity is also pretty good. Let's foretell Starnheim. And yep. Don't play a 4-drop. Elvish Spirit Guide? You're playing a 5-drop? Oh no, you're casting Elvish Spirit Guide. Whew. Very different. If there was like an Axebane Ferox or something, I would just be dead. In fact, what is your last card? I would like inquiring minds want to know. Fury. Dear Lord. Okay. What a start. All right, well, I'm going to go Skyclave. And I've got to get the Oko, I think. So if my opponent draws a land here, it's pretty bad for me. Yeah, I'm basically dead to a land. What is this? Oh, Leyline Binding. Okay. And I go to 7 here. Yeah, I mean, things aren't looking great. I will say that. Oh, Thraben's nice. Okay, so what am I doing here? Thraben, Path. Yeah, no, this is very winnable. So let's start with... Do I start with Preordain or do I start with Meticulous Archive? If my top card's bad, either one can send it to the bottom. If I archive a card to the top, I waste a Preordain Scry. So, do I have more bad cards than good cards? Yeah, way more bad cards than good cards. Let's start with Meticulous Archive. I do actually need to keep that, unfortunately. Preordain. Oh, wait, no, I can't Preordain. Never mind. Well, in that case, I'm glad I cast Meticulous Archive. I don't have the 3 mana... all the colors of mana I need to do all the things. I kind of want Paul to draw a land for Fury here. Because then, yeah, block. I'm going to path the illusion token. Because then I could Fracture Identity it. But I also have the option of Fracture Identity the Leyline Binding, and then go Leyline Binding plus Skyclave. Oh, they drew the land for Fury and just didn't cast it to kill my Thraben? Sure, now I think I'm actually winning this game. But obviously, I could lose at any point, given the situation. But, I mean, now I have a Fury, and you don't have a food token anymore. All right, so it's my Fury versus my opponent's Elvish Spirit Guide, and next turn I'm going to make 2 Angels with Starnheim Unleashed. Generous Ent. Well, you drew a 6-mana card, but wasn't a good enough 6-mana card, most likely. Do I want to play Timeless Dragon? Yeah, because what I can do is I can Plane Cycle the Timeless Dragon. Get a Plains, land... and then eternalize it. And then if I draw a land, I can make a bunch of angels. I can make 3 angels. Okay. No Axebane Ferox, please. Just like 1 turn off would be good. They've been firing all cylinders. Could attack with both. Oh, attack with neither. I guess it has reach, sure. I guess I'll just make 2 angels here. So I'll Preordain first. Oh. I'll put... yeah, no, it doesn't matter actually where I put Remand, because I'm going to play Feywild Caretaker and then play a land. I'm going to shuffle anyway. And now I'm just going to pass the turn. Now that I have the initiative, I'm going to make an idiot end of turn. Play land and pass. And now I just need a counterspell to lock things up. I'm also at 5, which is not that close to being burned out. Obviously, some cards exist that could get me, but I feel pretty good about this. Beating turn 1 Territorial Kavu, turn 2 Oko on the play. Well, I haven't beaten it yet. Let's see what this is. No, that's not going to do it. Can flip it into an 8/8, but I'm going to have so many stats out in a second here. So I think I'm not too worried about that because I'm about to make 3 angels. Upkeep. Yeah, I'm going to go to the Forge. And I'm going to put 2 counters on Fury, I think. Draw. Actually, I'm not going to make 3 angels. I lied. Oh, Eagles of the North. Do I want to cycle that? I kind of do. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm not going to cast that for a few turns. And getting another land is good because what I'm going to do here is go Zoanthrope. X equals 5. And then this lets me nug the Olvenwald Oddity. Also draw a card. It even has Ward. Okay, so now I'm going to get to... I guess I probably attack with Fury here. Trade it for the Generous Ent. Okay. X damage to any target. Pass the turn. Oh, Broadside Bombardiers? Yeah, I probably have lethal next turn. In fact, almost assuredly do. Let's just send with Fury. Yeah, I mean, I was on the draw, and it was like turn 1 Territorial Kavu, turn 2 Oko. I guess turn 3 Elvish Spirit Guide, then into Leyline Binding into Fury. That's still a pretty sick play. Whoa, just takes it all. All right, maybe just hoping to draw Minsk and Boo or something. Sack the food to gain 3 life, sure. Next turn, I just get to Bombardier's attack with everything. Man, I never even cast Starnheim Unleashed. I was about to unleash 4 angels. All right, 1-1, on to round 3. All right, time for round 3. We're battling against Talisker, who's on like Grixis Breach, like Underworld Breach, Shieldred, Time Twister, Wheel of Fortune, Ragavan, wild deck. I'm definitely going to keep this hand. Get to go turn 1 Preordain to try to set up a turn 2 Mana Drain. Bottom Zoanthrope. I'm going to top the Palantir. I just feel like this hand is not like action heavy, so if I bottomed and then drew 2 land, I would be pretty unhappy. Obviously, if I don't draw a blue source, well, I don't love that. If I don't draw a blue source, I'm not loving it, but Plains, maybe the worst card in my deck to draw. Let's hope Talisker doesn't have too fast of a hand. All right, Mishra's research desk is not the fastest in the world. All right, Misty's nice. Misty getting Meticulous Archive is going to be pretty sweet here. Make sure I can go get another land. Blood Tithe, all right. All right, Meticulous Archive. Surveil, top. I'm just going to go for it and just play my Palantir. Again, I don't have an action light hand. It's not like casting Mana Drain this turn is going to be excellent. I don't want Prismatic Ending, I don't think. Actually, no, Prismatic Ending seems fine. I'll put these both on the top. I assume Talisker is going to reject the days. And then I'm going to draw Prismatic Ending on my next turn, and I could Prismatic Ending the Blood Tithe at some point here. But we'll see. Oh, triple black. Doomsday. Yeah, right. Talisker's got Doomsday here too. Okay, you know what? I guess go for it. I kind of wish I had kept the days now. Wow, props to Talisker. That was like the fastest Doomsdaying I've ever seen. All right, so, I mean, I assume Underworld Breach is gone. No? Interesting. All right, well, I guess I'll draw my Prismatic Ending, play it, and I think I'll Prismatic Ending the Mishra's Research desk. I'm not sure. I think that's the better one to, or maybe it's the Blood Token. I'll hit the Blood Token, actually. I don't know. Maybe discarding is an important part of Talisker's plan here. And then I'll pass the turn. Palantir bottom. Do I want a path to exile? Does that do something for me? Hold on. Does Talisker have Shieldred here? Yeah, Shieldred's gone. Rugavant's gone. I'll bottom that. And I guess I wouldn't be surprised if I got to draw a card. Yeah. Okay. I mean, go nuts, I guess. I don't really know what's happening here. Is Ancestral Recall? It's going to be one of the cards, most likely. Frantic Search. If I had red mana, then yeah, I mean, I guess Ancestral's fine. Don't really think countering it does too much for me. If I had red mana, that would be different because I have 7 points of damage here with Broadside Bombardiers. But given that I don't, I think trying to mana drain whatever Talisker's trying to win with sounds better. Yeah, there's LED. Okay. And he also has Mishra's Research Desk. Like, he's going to get access to all these cards fairly easily if he really needs to. Pass the turn. Well, he's attacking. Maybe he's not passing the turn. I don't know what his post-combat plans are. I'd be kind of surprised if he didn't do anything else. Okay. So I just want to find no more lies, I guess. I'm going to play the Savai Triumph. Actually, I was supposed to just play an island because I don't think I'm not going to get another turn here, probably. All right, I'll put Remand on top. Yeah, I would have had Mana Drain plus Remand up, but we'll see. Thassa's Oracle. I guess I have to Mana Drain it. Remand actually doesn't really do anything here. Remand's pretty bad against Lion's Eye Diamond. Underworld Breach. Okay. And Thassa's Oracle. All right. Would Remand have done it? I don't know. I still wouldn't have done it. He could have played 2 spells there. All right. So Underworld Breach. I guess Vendilion Click is kind of nice. It's kind of weird. It sometimes could work. I don't know about Kitesail Larcenist. I don't think I want Grim Lavamancer. Dismember seems totally fine. Cathar Commando's good. Sarah Paragon is not really what I want. Neither is Triumph of St. Catherine. I kind of think Armageddon, like Doomsday into Armageddon, is like pretty nice. So yeah, let's do these and go to game 2. All right. I would like to play first, and the Wasteland got me pretty good there. That's a no-lander. This is a pretty good hand. I'm going to keep this and I think put Mystic Confluence back because this hand is a Cathar Commando into Broadside Bombardiers sort of hand. Wasteland's going to mess me up bad if he's got one. But what can you do? Because I'm going to have to get... Well, I guess I don't even have red mana yet because the Misty can't get red. But what I can do is I can get Meticulous Archive and then have these 3 cheap white creatures. I mean, maybe I should have kept Mystic Confluence over Broadside, but I think this is a pretty good Broadside hand. All right, turn 1 Imperial Seal. I don't mind seeing that given that I have a 2-mana counter in my hand. Let's archive it up. I can't play Scared around Wasteland here. All right, I'm going to definitely keep Plains on top though. And pass the turn. Yeah, having the 1 Surveil land is really strong here with fetch and 2 land cyclers. I'm a pretty big fan. I love when Doomsday gets used, so I do like that Talisker's Doomsdaying. I think that's pretty sweet. Win or not. Let's see what Talisker's turn 2 is. Maybe he's got something. The cool thing is, though, one of the reasons Cathar Commando is so good is, like, if Talisker doesn't make a play on turn 2, I just go end of turn Cathar Commando, and it's just not clear whether I have a counterspell or not. Okay. Oh, this is Ancestral. All right, well, I'm going to counter the Ancestral, so I'm not playing the Cathar Commando here. If Talisker wants to not play Ancestral on turn 2 or 3, then that's fine. Oh, I'll wait a little bit longer here. I'm not worried. Let's see. Does he pull the trigger end of turn? It did make the No More Lies a lot more awkward. Wasted my 2 mana on turn 2, that is for sure. So more lands would also be nice here because drawing Feywild makes me really happy I put back Mystic Confluence because I'd rather have a 3-drop even if it's red plus a blue 5-drop than just 2 blue 5-drops. That doesn't seem like a better combination. And pass the turn. One of the cool things about this too is it exiles it, so can't Doomsday that thing back, can't Underworld Breach it. It is gone. Get out of here, Ancestral. Well, I've got a Skyclave. That can answer a lot of the cards that could get played next turn. Well, it doesn't answer Doomsday, but Cathar Commando on Underworld Breach might. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, so there goes Talisker's Doomsday, and we can now see that he's got Lion's Eye, Underworld Breach, Shieldred. I mean, whatever. We'll find out. Remand is actually not too bad. Wasteland, no Wasteland, huh? Pass the turn. Grief is gone as well. So Thassa's Oracle, Lion's Eye Diamond, Underworld Breach. The Shieldred's hanging out somewhere. What is this? All right, whatever. 3 mana. Is this like a Frantic Search? I probably want to Remand Frantic Search is my guess. I don't think Remand is going to help me much later. And I really would like to find like Mana Drain and Land's Subtlety would also be kind of nice. Like some combination of these things. Because right now I'm not in a very good position to stop Doomsday. I just didn't play a land on turn 4. So it's kind of hard because I'm not doing anything proactive. It's not really going to help much. On the other hand, I could also let this resolve and then cast Cathar Commando end of turn, but I guess we'll see what Talisker's putting on the stack, huh? Yeah, it is indeed Frantic Search. Yeah, I'm gonna Remand it. I feel like there's a couple of cards I could draw that would be a lot better. Like Daze would actually be really good to draw. I think Subtlety would be fine. Basically, any of my counters that are not Remand would be vastly preferable to what's going on here. And I no longer wish I had Broadside Bombardiers in hand. I guess Mystic Confluence would be better, though I don't think I'm going to get to the point where Mystic Confluence actually does much for me. All right, Remand happened. I drew a brick, and yeah, I guess I'll Preordain. Path doesn't really help me. I'm going to keep an Island on top because one of the ways I can potentially win this is like Cathar Commando snagging an Underworld Breach at an opportune time. So I think I will just do that and pass the turn. Oh, Mana Confluence into Frantic Search. Okay. Yeah, you're down to 1 card in deck. Let's see how this turns out. Chaos Defiler and Triplicate Titan. Yeah, those are probably not factoring in too much to how you're going to win this. And they're just casting the Thassa's Oracle. Oh, it's funny. Path to Exile actually would have worked out. All right, well, a beat, but I think my deck was really good. I like this deck. I think that loss against Dan was just kind of nonsense, but you know what? That is what happens. It's called Magic the Gathering, not chess. So my team is doing well. Charles is running it up as he does, so I feel pretty good about the draft, but that'll do it for today. Yeah, I liked how this deck looked. It had a bunch of 2-mana counters, had good finishers, had good mana. It was a good deck overall. I think my matchup against Doomsday wasn't that bad either, though Talisker's deck was pretty sweet. Like having a little bit more interaction each game would have done the trick, though. I guess that game I had No More Lies and Remand. That's a little bit on the light side. In any case, I'll be back tomorrow with another draft. I hope to see you there, and as always, I appreciate you watching. See you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps out the channel, and you won't miss a single draft.